One of the easiest ways to test out JavaScript is using a console window in the browser. Here, what I have open is a Google Chrome browser window open with just this really basic web page on it. And if I want to get to the JavaScript console, I just simply have to right-click and go to Inspect. And it opens up this window here on the side. And I click Console, and it puts me right here at a prompt. And I can type JavaScript commands here, and they can be executed. So for example, I can type alert. This is a function call and expects one parameter of type string, so I can just type something in there. Hello, everyone. And put a close paren and push that. And this is what an alert function does. It pops up a window and puts whatever message you put in there. Whatever message you put in the parentheses will display on that window. Now you can do this with any kind of browser, so lots of different browsers, and they all work about the same. On Edge or Internet Explorer, you can choose Inspect Element. If you right-click and it doesn't show Inspect Element, then use the F12 command. So F12 will open it as well. And you open up, then you have to go to the console. And here is at the very bottom is where you enter your commands on Internet Explorer or Edge. So I can do the same thing again. I can type in alert and welcome. And I just simply push enter. And it pops up the window. It's behind the console, so I have to move the console to see it. It says this site says welcome. Notice that each browser puts on its own information component, right? They all pop up a window. It has the text that you put in, but they all put their own little preface on it. That's what Internet Explorer looks like. Safari is an inspect element. Now again, if you don't get the inspect element option, there is one change you need to make in Safari. You need to go into Settings, Preferences, and go to Advanced, and down here at the very bottom, check this box that says Show Development Menu on the menu bar. So make sure that that is checked, and once you check that, then you'll be able to see this inspect element. Notice this opens up at the bottom. You want to choose the console over here, and you can type those commands, and we can get that same welcome message with that alert. One last browser will be Firefox, and Firefox you right click and inspect element and go over to the console, and here your commands are down at the very bottom. So notice that you have to look for your input prompts. So alert, and press enter, and it comes up and says goodbye. Notice on this one we didn't get any extra. So the console window is good for checking out commands. It's also good for check for debuggers. So we can get the debugger here. That will be helpful when we're looking for errors. The console window will also pop up error messages that happen. Notice here, let's look for a while. Alert does something, but doesn't return anything. So what you get from the function is undefined. There is another function that we can use called prompt. And again, it expects one string. And here we can type whatever we want. So I can say, enter your name. Now notice how the prompt is different. So the prompt now has not just an OK button, but it has a cancel button, and it has a text box. So I can enter a name and click OK, and whatever is entered by the user is returned. And so now we're getting a value that we can use. And so this is one way to get input using JavaScript. So enter, and then you can enter an age. And notice then that that value is returned. So no matter which browser you're using, they all have options to have a prompt window a console window for you to be able to enter JavaScript commands and test what happens on the web page.